So streamlining workflow, why is it important at all, right? To start with, so this is important for businesses to improve their operational efficiency, right? And operational efficiency, it impacts both the top line revenue growth and as well as the bottom line profitability of the businesses. And it is a part of every boardroom discussion, especially under this economic climate. So we are seeing that a lot of our customers are focusing on improving their operational efficiency, and the good way to approach is really review all your workflows and see how tight they can be, how streamlined they can be, how much of bottlenecks can we remove, and how much more collaboration and creativity can we bring into these workflows, right? So I'll give an example of what we are doing at Mindtickle. And for example, we've started with identifying the workflows that directly impact our sellers productivity, and create a journey map of the jobs to be done, right? So for example, moving an opportunity as a seller from discovery to close is a very involved, highly involved, important job for a seller. And in that journey, we've identified what are those busy work. And when I say busy work, I mean repetitive cognitive work that suck up a lot of time and energy that could have been used in a more impactful or creative work, right? And I'm emphasizing on cognitive work because simpler work can still be automated with the use of things like Zapier, right? It doesn't really need generative AI. Generative AI is more like a creative assistant that can create great content really fast, right? So applying it, in areas like where you want to reply to an email, search for an answer, review content or a conversation, right? Respond to your coworker or customer, right? Or answer somebody's question really quickly, modify a presentation, create a presentation. So these are some of the things that could qualify as repetitive cognitive work or busy work that can be automated. And in context of sales, tasks like scouting for all the resources to prepare for the customer meetings, taking notes, summarizing these notes, and extracting the action items out of it, entering data into CRM. These keep the sellers away from doing their main job of selling. So the busy work, these can be made much more easier and faster with the help of generative AI. So the way we do it, for example, is we have a conversation AI that transcribes the customer calls using the NLP, and then we run several Gen AI models on top of it to summarize the call and key action items. And this can be very powerful because it's not just limited to one single call, but if you try to start analyzing multiple calls, which is humanly not possible, right, using generative AI and extract insights on how well, let's say, the sellers are doing in the specific stage of the call and what are the bottlenecks that they are hitting, it can really help improve the streamline the overall workflow very well. So that is there. And then the third piece I would say is identify the critical task along with the busy work, because this is another area where Gen AI can make a lot of impact. It can really help improve the performance and the creativity of the sellers. Like for example, when a seller is talking to a customer, there are a lot of doubts and objections that customers come up with, and many times sellers do not have answers to it promptly available. Gen AI at that time can produce some content which it can scrape very quickly into the let's say help documentation or something like that, and help seller come up with a response very quickly. And that's very, very important in establishing the credibility and trust with the customers. The faster these doubts can be resolved, the faster the sales cycle can move. And
Yeah.
finally, the identifying the overlaps in the workflows of different people. We are all working like that. Like for example, we have enablement team that helps seller improve their skills and behavior by providing them the right training and coaching. And these are the these are the workflows that overlap with the seller's workflow, where we can identify these overlaps, and we can see how the collaboration can be better, how the data on what sellers are doing, right, can help enablement decide what trainings to do can be done, right? That can be done much easily by using generative AI. And then generative AI can also help create these training programs much faster, right? They are really great tool for creating amazing content, right, and very good content. And we are launching one capability pretty soon, which will help our enablement team create assessments, create courses very, very quickly based on just the topic, right, or whatever insights they have on what sellers needs are. So yeah, that's some of the things that we are really excited to bring to the market. What we are finding a lot of value in using generative AI in terms of driving innovation is rapid prototyping. Like it's, it really is helping our designers, bring some of the creative features in the hands of our customers without having to, ship them as part of the product. Like you can really do quick prototyping around some of the very creative features using the Gen AI, itself. And the good thing is, the feedback is like really, really good because it's not a feedback on a screen or a clickable prototype. It's actually on something which is very real, right? You really don't need a lot of data, right, to train the models and get customers to start giving feedback on how this AI works. This is actually pretty interesting, and that is really helping us, build. Can you gain more confidence on the innovation that we are bringing into the market? So that's another area I see it really helping us on innovation. The challenges some of our customers have been facing, because we are a smaller company, I would say smaller companies wouldn't face that much of a challenge, especially from their legal or IT security team. It's the larger companies which have all these compliances in place which need to be adhered to, and rightly so, because they have to ensure that they protect the individuals and the company, and also they have these ethics and the policies around it in place which need to be adhered to as well. And AI is right now a very unknown thing, for a lot of people who are working in legal and compliance, and it's very important that we help our customers navigate those objections. So what we do is, there are general objections anyways that come to us, because we are dealing with a lot of our customers data, so we need to be compliant, right, on all these statutory laws or even in the internal compliances that company have in place. And things like GDPR and Work Council in Europe, or even SOC 2 compliance, these need to be in place anyways. But on top of these, there are these laws. Like there is one we came across recently, which was around the AI video act, and then there is another one around the biometric act that we came across. These are some of the things we navigated by ensuring that we are not, our use cases do not do anything that prohibit or is not in line with these laws. And we also ensure that with the whatever processors we are using, right, as our open AI, like we use Azure's open AI, and this is a very enterprise friendly product which ensures that we can opt out of all the other things like data being stored with Microsoft, and or the way we intend to use the data, which is probably not as it was intended in the original purpose. So we have put together all the policies right in place internally, and we communicate with our customers, we educate them, and we work with them so that they can have a open discussion with their legal and IT security team to overcome these challenges and start using generative AI. We see that our customers are extremely open and they are very excited about using this to improve the productivity. And I think Rebecca did say, right, it is really solving some of the challenges that were not being solved, right? And it is true for so many places, right? So the customers want to take advantage of it.